Well, obviously last week didn't go nearly the way we expected it to go. Didn't play well enough to even give ourselves a chance. And when you're playing the #1 team in the country and you play the way that we played, you're going to get that result. I have to credit those guys for being the great team that we thought they were, but we've shifted our focus to Delaware State. Opportunity for us to get going in the conference. Nothing that we've done the first 3 weeks has really done anything negative as far as our goals. Our goals are obviously based on our conference, and that's what we've shifted our focus to. Delaware State's a much improved football team. Coach Carter's done a tremendous job of building his program, and you can start to see the Kenny Carter blueprint on the Delaware State football program. But with that being said, it's time for Norfolk State to step up and play good football so that we can win a game and start feeling better around here.
Coach, you see this week as kind of like just like a reset. We're 0-0 now with non-conferences behind us. Let's just reset our thoughts right now.
Well, we're 0-3. That doesn't go away. We're undefeated in the conference, for that matter. But I think these 3 losses, should have taught us a lot. A lot about maturity, a lot about being physically and mentally tough. Should have taught us a lot of things, because the way that the locker room and our football complex has been for the last 3 weeks is not what you want it to be. And hopefully our team and our staff has gotten to the point where we're sick of being on that side of the fence on Saturday nights.
Wes, through 3 games, what do you see as the strengths of the O-line and things that you guys need to improve on?
Right now, it's all in all, it's streamless communication and knowing what we have to do right now. But things we got to improve on, we got to get our run game going. We got to get more yards. We got to establish, hopefully, we haven't scored a touchdown yet. So that's the thing, we got to improve on the most. I take that on my shoulders, and my guys, we put that on our shoulders. And, it starts with us. We got to score this week. We got to put up, big numbers, in the passing, in the running. But mainly, we got to score. That's the main thing we want to work on. We got to get that going.
Since you guys have been able to use the same lineup, do you think that because of that and that continuity, that it's only a matter of time before things start to click?
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. I've seen us, able to doing some big things, this weekend. Yeah, we're doing some big things for us. I trust, our running backs and, and our quarterbacks and our receivers. So I see us, putting up some big numbers.
From all the lines you've been a part of over the years, what do you think the personality of this particular line is?
It's a lot more focus. It's a lot more, we're, togetherness. We know each other. We play each other a lot more than, past lines. It's easier, for me to go up to like, hey man, you got to bring it a little bit more on display. Things like that. Adjustments, on the field and off the field. It's, a lot better.
Quintreil, what's the transition been like for you moving over to the defense?
It's been a transition that hasn't been too bad. It's kind of like playing running back, but on the defensive side, you see a gap, you shoot it, and as a running back, you see a gap, you go through it. And so, when I see a gap, as a former running back, I see a gap, and obviously gonna go through it, not gonna miss a wide open gap, but then the linebacker and me gonna know shoot that gap, the running back coming, make that tackle.
And talking to you before the season, are you gonna miss running your ice plays?
I'm gonna miss it. I'll miss it, but it's gonna be fun stopping them now.
How did that meeting go when you learned that you were gonna be moving over to defense?
It was a pretty easy meeting. He said, "We're gonna move you here because we think we gonna have the best chance of you winning over here." And all my life, that's all I want to do is win. So that transition, that meeting went pretty smoothly.
How are you as far as the playbook goes? Do you feel like you're pretty comfortable with it, or you still need some time?
It's a tougher defense to try to learn what to do and what to line and stuff. But I'm getting it. I'm getting it pretty easily. So.
Coach, obviously I'm not looking for any specific details, but as far as the game plan goes, are you making massive overhaul? Are you doing little tinkerings? What are you doing for this?
We're doing a ton of tinkering. We're going to do some things to make sure that we're getting the ball in the right people's hands. We're going to change our approach to a few things. Marcus Taylor needs to touch the ball. Aaron Savage needs the ball in his hands. George Wahi needs the ball in his hands, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we're able to feature those guys. I take that personally, that we hadn't been very productive on offense, but we've made some changes, to our approaches and things, and hopefully that'll pay dividends this weekend.
How quick was the move on from JMU? Was Sunday afternoon, are you saying, all right guys, let's just forget it, or you want them to kind of linger on that and remember that tape?
Never watched the tape as a team. No need to. We watched it as a staff and made the corrections that we needed to make, and we went out and practiced Delaware State Sunday afternoon.
What's the scouting report on the basic scouting report on Del State offense and defense?
Much improved. Defensively, physical, rugged bunch. Two very good linebackers, a defensive line that'll get after you. Offensively, Vincent White's, a long-time FBS football coach, so he brings a wealth of knowledge, and you can see Vince's imprint. A lot of different things to cause you issues on defense. On offense, some triple option. Some physical run game stuff, some vertical passing game that they hadn't had before. Kenny Carter has been a special teams coach his whole life, so you can see Kenny's imprint on the special team. So it's a solid, much improved football team, and we're both in similar situations. They're 0-3, we're 0-3. They've lost some games that they felt like they could have been competitive in, and we were both been blown out in the game. So we're kind of two programs in the same situation, and both of us are kind of trying to find a way out. And I think the conference opener gives both of us the opportunity to do that.
Speaking of first and second downs, what's your sort of diagnosis on the preset penalties that are putting you guys back? Is it communication for the play? Is it execution?
No, it's crowd noise. It was crowd noise last week. We hadn't had those those issues prior to that. We've got some guys that had never been in that situation before, and no matter how much you simulate it, you can practice as much as you want. But when you get in a closed-ended stadium, there are going to be some communication issues, and I think we had 7 penalties last week. But at the end of the day, 7 penalties for 50 some odd yards. I'm not going to make a big deal about that, because I doubt very seriously that we'll be playing in front of 25,000 people this week.
Wow, what's that injury update?
Demetrius Fairby won't play again. What else do we have, Matt? Anything of note? I think everybody else is pretty much just banged up, but I think Demetrius is out. J.J. Givens did get hurt last week. He's probably going to be done for the season. But as far as our starters, I think we've got everybody other than Fairby ready to go.
Anton okay? He's another
Yeah.
guy went down last week.
Yeah, Tank will be fine. Tank's got a knee sprain, but he should be ready to go by Saturday.
There was another DB that went down too, wasn't there? Givens. Yeah, Givens, Anton, one more guy. Chandler went down one point, but Chandler, he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine. He came back in the same game.
Just going through some of the stats, passing D is another strength yet again for you guys. So what do you think makes you guys so tough to throw on?
I think our secondary coach, Quintreil Taylor's come in and done a tremendous job of kind of transitioning into that room with those guys. But J.T. Wahi's a tremendous defender. Aaron Chandler's holding his own over there, making plays, and I think our 2 safeties are doing a tremendous job. I think it's something that the guys take pride in. Obviously, it definitely has something to do with pass rush. When you have the ability to make the quarterback get the ball out of their hands, that's a big help for those guys in the back.
Quintreil, Wes, as players, what's the attitude going into MEAC play? Are you guys looking at it as a reset as well?
No, we're just looking at to get first win in the season. That's the only thing we're worried about. It's coming up there, leaving with a win. That's all we're focused on right now. Take it every day. Start with yesterday. Practice 1. Going to practice 2 this week. Looking fighting to go take that W, and going home. First win of the season, and going to bye week. Then focus on the next week.
It's the same thing he said. Just get our first one of the season. Got to go up there, MEAC play. Got to win by any means possible. We got to leave that with a win. It's point blank simple.
Quintreil, what was the last game you played linebacker in high school?
I think it was like my 3rd or 4th game my senior year in high school, and that was probably the last time.
What was it like getting that first tackle?
It was a different feeling. It was a different feeling tackling somebody than being tackled by somebody. It was definitely a different feeling. Good feeling though.
Coach, does it make it harder to kind of prepare for a conference opener when this is a team that you haven't seen here yet, and obviously we've got FAMU coming up 2 weeks after that? It's the same boat.
Yeah, it does. It makes it a little bit more difficult because you don't have any history. So all you can do is kind of dissect the video and see what they're able to do. Again, I mean, first game of the season, they played as hard as they possibly could against Delaware for 3/4 of that football game, and Delaware pulled it out. Same thing with Hampton. You know, they battle Hampton, you know, until late in the game. And two situations. I mean, Kenny's in his third year. I'm in my third year, and we're both suffering from some of the same issues. And I just hope this week Kenny has more issues than I do.